Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for all collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure slash statue New York Comic Con exclusive 30th anniversary Batman the Animated Series. Well, like I said, figure slash statue. If you do enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Jumping right on into this review, guys. Yes, this is the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse New York Comic Con exclusive slash Target exclusive Batman the Animated Series figure slash statue. Now, I personally do absolutely love these figure slash statue sets that McFarlane Toys is doing. So far we've only had two, though. I will say we've had the year 2 Batman, and now we've had the animated series Batman, and this one comes with a little more bells and whistles in terms of lights and stuff. However, this figure does suffer from the basic flaw that you would see in this figure's design, but it's based off the animated series, and that's exactly how Batman looked in it. However, the flaw being that he is very top heavy, and well, as you can see, this Batman here clearly skips leg day. Come on, bats. So yeah, he has a bit of an issue standing up, even with a peg in his foot. He kind of struggles, and as you can see, as he rotates around, he's kind of somewhat leaning back on the diorama itself. As you can see, we do have him here posed up, not quite like the intro to the animated series, which this set is actually based off of. So if you've seen the animated series from the 90s, you'll know that in the theme song or in the theme area, whatever part of the show, they end it with Batman on a rooftop with lightning just, striking the sky, and that's the first time we actually see him all lit up in color in the intro. And so that's exactly what this is supposed to be, alongside with a quick and easy repack, obviously, because Todd has already given us this figure previously, I believe in like one of the most early waves, like I think wave 2 or 3 of the DC Multiverse line. So all he did here was add a swooshing cape and add some little light blue cell shading to the figure itself. However, it is essentially the same figure from before. Now, I never purchased it, so the flaws that this Batman has, I'm not sure if the original one had, mainly being weak ankles. So not only does he have small legs, which, like I said, you cannot fault Todd for because it's based off the animated series design, and yes, it is true to the animated series design where, unfortunately, that Batman does skip leg day. However, what you can fault Todd for is the weak ankles. Like I said, even with a peg in the foot, he still falls back because his ankles can't support his weight. And it's not even the fact that he's top heavy, they're just very, very floppy. I'll show you guys once we do take him off the base and rotating turntable and take a closer look. But before we do that, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the other stuff that he does come with, because like I said, he is a part of the DC Multiverse line. So of course he does come with a DC Multiverse trading card. There's the front, and there's the back. You can go ahead and pause it and read it if you want. And he doesn't come with your typical black DC Multiverse base, obviously, because, well, that is the base that he comes with. So you don't get one of those. However, you do get a pair of fisted hands, and as you can see, it does have the cell shading right there, a little bit of blue right there, as well as 2 C-grip holding hands, which works out fine for the Batarang. However, if you've watched the show, you know that his grapnel gun, he actually wields between his fingers. And as you can see, he definitely is not holding it properly. And that is because Todd does not even include a hand to be able for him to hold it properly. I may actually go in there with a straight blade and, kind of slice the middle finger and ring finger apart to hopefully make a small sliver of space so that way I can slip that grapnel gun in between the fingers and it actually looks proper. But to be honest, I'll probably just end up sticking the Batarang in that hand or just swapping it out for the other alternate fisted hand, like in the intro where he's just standing there with 2 fisted hands. So with that being said, guys, he does, like I said, come with a Batarang. So yeah, he comes with a little Batarang right here, as well as a grapnel gun. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and pull him and the base off the rotating turntable, so that way we can take a closer look at both of them separately. Alright guys, so here we have the base. Now I know I usually have the figure in the background rotating, but it's a wonder he even stood up and stayed like this, so I'm not even going to push my luck by rotating it. But taking a look at the base, it is supposed to be reminiscent of essentially the backdrop of what you see in that intro. Here we see the lightning that hits the sky to illuminate him. I do have quite a bit of lights on, so it's kind of hard to see the lighting effect that it does have. I'm going to try to turn off some of my lights so that way we can maybe hopefully see it. But as you can see, there is one light right here and one light right here, and it is a clear translucent plastic, or it's not translucent, it is clear plastic, but it's a little foggy, hazy, but it does catch the light right there. So yeah, now when you flip it under here, it does have a few options. It's on, off, and try me. So when I first got this in hand, I was like, oh man, you have to hold this down in order to get it to light up. Man, fuck you, Todd, that sucks, blah blah blah. But and then I turned it over and I was like, whoops, you could just turn it on. And so never mind about that, Todd. No fuck you today. You know, you actually made a pretty decent product right here. The only thing I would say about this is I kind of wish the lights would flicker, kind of like lightning, but just the fact that he actually included lights and lights that stay on without you having to mess with it. Bravo, Todd. I'll give you that. So like I said, the buildings are supposed to just be, you know, quick representations of buildings in the background like a cartoon. So not too much detailing, but they still look really cool because they have some depth perception effects to them. You know, like this one kind of leans back and it's kind of painted at a slant. Same thing with this. So it kind of makes them look bigger than what they are. So yeah, super cool. That's the base. Now let's go ahead and pull Batman and take a closer look at him. Alright guys, so here we have Batman pulled forward so we can take a closer look at him. But first, let's go ahead and pull this grapnel gun from his hand so that way we can take a look at it. So, yeah, from the show, he's only supposed to have one button, but Todd went ahead and included two just in case. But the actual grapnel here actually does stick out, which is not show accurate at all either. It's supposed to stay inside until he launches it, and I really wish he would have just left it out, but he didn't. So yeah, you get this little grapnel gun along with the Batarang. So now, taking a look at Batman himself. Like I said, it is the original release, just with some repainted, you know, blue cell shading, as well as a swooshing cape right here, whereas the original one had one that just went straight down. So yeah, it's basically the Batman the Animated Series look. I do like the way the belt came out. It looks very well done. The sculpting came out very well done, as well as the paint apps. Like I said, these ankles are just so weak, and same thing with the knees though. They kind of buckle very easily, as you can see, and if they were just a little tighter, at least this figure would be able to stand on his own, but he can't, so it's a bit of a struggle. So yeah, not too much to look at. It's a basic, you know, gray, blue and black, yellow suit. That's the one thing that was really cool about that suit. It was just very simplistic, easy for them to animate and draw. So yeah, not too much to look at. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and get into this guy's articulation. He can look all the way to the right, but it kind of like tilts his head upwards. It's not straight up to the right or to the left, but he will look all the way. But because of his odd neck, and even if you try moving his head up, it doesn't really work. But yeah, so you do also get some decent head tilt right there. He won't look down too much because of his big chin, and he won't look up too much because of this whole neck thing and stuff. So yeah, not too much head movement up and down, but the rest are pretty decent. You do get a slight butterfly joint in there, 360 rotation at the shoulder, bicep swivel right here because it is an older figure, so he couldn't take it away, but you only get single hinge ratchet joints for the elbows right there. Rotation at the elbows, let me see, nope, no rotation at the elbows. Rotation at the wrists, hinging up and down, in and out, whichever way that ball peg is facing. Taking a look at his torso, he will rotate at the upper torso as well as the lower torso right there. As with all McFarlane toys, no ab crunch down, but he does have a bit of an ab crunch backwards. Taking a look at his leg articulation, he is the old figure, so he doesn't have that new McFarlane technology. Oh yeah, he does. This is actually it. So he can do the splits, so Batman can join the cheerleading squad. Taking a look at how far he can kick forward, he can kick forward that far, he can kick back that far. Let's see, Batman, double hinge knees, and last but not least, ankles will go down that far, up that far, toe articulation, and a ball rocker hinge. But as you can see, it's just very loose and jiggly and joggly and just not what you want for a top heavy Batman figure. But with that being said, guys, that's been this guy's articulation. Alright guys, so that has been my review of the brand new McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse figure slash statue NYC exclusive slash Target exclusive 30th anniversary Batman the Animated Series figure slash statue figure. I almost got it right. That was a mouthful, guys, but you know what I'm talking about. That has been my review of it. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. And if you've made it this far in the video, type down in the comments below, I am the knight. Because, well, Kevin Conroy's famous for that saying, and I just realized I never returned on my lights, so I do apologize for that. But as you can see, there are all my lights. Now with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics that I took of this guy. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a like, share, comment, and subscribe. And as always, have a great fucking day.